Hey, what's up everyone out there? My name is Jakejames Lugo and welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk a little bit about arcades, more specifically the arcade gaming experience. Now personally for me, when I was growing up, I didn't grow up in arcades, I only went to them every once in a while. A lot of that same experience that I got that people would experience in the arcades, I got while at pizzerias in various different locations of New York. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because I went to an event not too long ago here in Fort Lauderdale at Arcade Game Sales. They were actually having an evening event where a whole bunch of people could just get together and play all the different arcade game machines that they had there for sale, but mostly on display, just to give everybody a good time. I went out there with Timok99, so big shout outs to him for getting me out there, and we got a chance to play all the different arcade games that they had on display. You're going to be looking at some of the footage that I got while we were out there, and there was a whole bunch of different main machines. They had a bunch of different like shooting and racing games, as well as also classic pinball machines, which I thought was very cool. And then of course, obviously you have your classic 80s arcade games, which everybody knows and loves. Stuff like that is really cool to experience, especially if you've never really grew up playing on one of those machines before. We even got a chance to play some Street Fighter while I was out there, and I did catch a couple people with the Raging Demon, which was pretty awesome. The thing about arcades now these days, as opposed to how it was back in the 80s and the mid to early 90s, is that things have changed so drastically. The arcade scene is pretty much gone at this point. Personally, for me, however, I think gone is a little bit harsh of a word to describe, because things have just changed so much. I feel like that same type of experience you got in the arcades back then has transformed into something else. You get it in like various different locations. You start to see things like this over at like Chuck E. Cheese's, places like Arcade Game Sales, Boomers, and other places that are very similar to that. Even Dave & Buster's, you could say the same thing. Those types of arcade games that you would play in like those locations back then, you're starting to play them in like those dining locations or other types of locations now. But just because they're in different places at this point doesn't mean necessarily that you're getting a different experience. You're still experiencing the fun of a lot of great arcade games that were designed different than what you got in home consoles, but also just the idea of that atmosphere, being around the people, being around some of your friends or colleagues or new people you never met before, you know, friendly competition. There's an atmosphere to it that is very hard to replicate. You don't get that anywhere else but in the arcade scene. For me, it was very fun experiencing that again at this event. It was just very cool just to go onto a machine, play something like Street Fighter, or even play something like Donkey Kong. They had a whole bunch of like Donkey Kong arcade machines, as well as Pac-Man. We even got to play the game that Wreck-It Ralph was based on. The entire movie was based on this one game called Fix It Felix. So actually playing on that type of arcade machine, that was freaking cool. It was something very different. So anyway, I figured I'd just kind of put those thoughts out there, show you guys a little bit of footage from the event. You know, big shout out to Arcade Game Sales for allowing us to go and check out all the games there. Big shout out to Timok99 for going out there with me. It was really cool seeing him there again, playing all those games. Completely beat him in Street Fighter. He's a beast in Mortal Kombat, but he's complete garbage in Street Fighter, so I was kind of poking fun at him a little bit. Either way, I had a great time. Hopefully you guys had a great time watching this video. Let me know your thoughts about arcades in the comments section down below. Tell me, did you grow up in the arcade scene? Did you go to a lot of arcades growing up? Do you go there with your family, your friends, whatever have you? Put all those experiences and those thoughts down below in the comments section. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. Make sure you guys check out some of these other videos in the boxes after the credits, and don't forget to visit my Patreon page via the annotations for more exclusive content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Peace out, and stay epic, everybody.